Okay, 9.4, Algebra 2, here's your homework. For question number 8, it says find the sum of each finite arithmetic series. This one's very easy. All you'd have to do is add them up, right? But we're not going to do it that way. We're going to do the formula. What does the formula say? Even though, obviously, you can add these up, you can do it in your head, you're going to get 20. The formula is the number of terms over 2 times the first term and plus the last term. Well, how many terms are you adding together?
4.
4. What's the first term?
2.
What's the last term?
8.
What's 2 times 10?
20.
20. Next one. Now, what's up with this one? We gotta figure out how many terms we're adding up. So I know that this is the formula, n over 2, and it's the first term plus the last term. I know that 8 and 15 go in here. That's easy. I just don't know how many terms I have. So I gotta look for this formula. A sub n, it's the first term, plus n minus 1 times d. I keep writing this formula, and that will make you memorize it. So the first term is 8. We don't know what n is, but we do know that they're adding 1 to each term. I need to figure out where 15 lands. What n value is it? Anyone have it yet? So this is 15 equals 8 plus n minus 1. 8 minus 1 is 7. Subtract 7, what do you get? What's n? 8. So there's 8 terms you're adding up. What's 8 over 2? 4. What's 8 plus 15? What's 4 times 23? 92. Questions? So 92 is the sum of this finite series. Number 14. A student has taken 3 math tests so far this semester. His scores for the first 3 tests are 75, 79, and 83. Suppose his test scores continue to improve at the same rate, meaning it's arithmetic. What will be the grade on the 6th and final test? So, what's happening? What's the pattern here?
Going up by 4.
It's going up by 4. The first term is what?
75.
75 plus n minus 1 times it's going up by 4, he said. Okay, can you tell me what the rule is? It'd be 4n plus 71, is that right? So on the 6th test, what would you figure it out to be if this pattern continues? So a sub 6, you're going to do 4 times 6 plus 71. 95. Anybody get something different?
No.
8. So we got a 95 on the 6th test. So what is the sum of all of his 6 test scores? Well, it looks like this. N over 2, first term plus the nth term. How many scores are we adding up? 6. What's the score on the first term, on the first test? What's the last? 95. So do the math here. You get 3 times 75 plus 95 is 170 times 3. I got 510. Anybody get something different? So the sum of his 6 scores is 510. Questions? Next, I want you to write this in summation notation. They're not asking you to actually give me the sum. They just want the summation notation. So the sum of, we're adding how many terms? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's n is 1 to 5. Now I need the rule here. How do you find the rule? First term plus n minus 1 times d. What is the d value? What's it doing?
Going up by 4.
going up by 4. So if you simplify this, you get 4n minus 4 plus 4 is just gonna be 4n once you simplify it. See this 4n, this minus 4 and this 4, the 4's are gonna cancel. So this is the rule of this pat sequence of, or actually series of numbers. And you're adding five terms, starting with the first term being 4. So with that, let's see if you can do number 16. How many terms are we adding together? I don't know. I really don't know. So we need to figure out 21 is what, is it the 5th term? Is it the 8th term? I don't know. So we're gonna do the formula. A sub n, it's the first term plus n minus 1 times d. 7 is your first term. And it's going up by 2. So 2n
Plus 6.
plus what?
6.
Plus 5, right? Because you have minus 2. 7 minus 2 is 5. That's your rule. That's what goes right here. That's what goes right there. But what is 21? 21 is what term? What n value? Subtract 5, what do you get? 16, and divide by 2. So we're actually adding 8 terms, 1 to 8, and that's the rule. Okay, next, 21. Now you're gonna see a problem like this, and you need to know what they're asking you to do. They're asking you to add up from the first term to the 5th term, and this is the rule. This is your rule. So I need to know what the first term is. You're gonna plug 1 right in here. What is 2 times 1 minus 1?
1.
Is 1. What's the 5th term? 2 times 5 minus 1?
9.
9. How many terms are you adding together? 5. So it's n over 2 times the first term plus the last term. So it's 5 terms, 5 over 2, the first term is 1, 9 is the last term, so this is 10. 2 goes into 10 how many times? 5, what's the answer? 25. You get that? 1 and 9 is 10, 2 goes into 10 5 times, 5 times 5 is 25. Let's do the next one. We're running out of time. How many terms are we adding together?
10.
10 over 2. What's the first term? You can do this in your head. If you plug the 1 in here, what's 3 times 1 minus 4?
Negative 1.
Negative 1. What's the 10th term? 10 times 3 is 30. What's 30 minus 4?
26.
Is 26. So what do you get here? This is 5. 5 times 25 is what? 125. 23. How many terms are you adding together?
8.
8. What's the first term? If you plugged a 1 right here, what's 7 minus
6.
1? What's the 8th term? What's 7 minus 8?
Negative 1.
Uh-huh. So 4, 8 over 2 is 4. 8 times 5 is 20. And the last one, 27. This is the last one. It says use a graphing calculator, but we're just going to do it by hand. How many terms are we adding together?
50.
50. What's the first term? If you plugged a 1 in here.
Negative 1.
2 times 1 is 2, it's negative 1, good. And what's the 50th term? 97. So 25 times 96. Anyone know what 25 times 96 is?
2004.
Yep. Now, 28 and 29, these are not arithmetic. Both of these are not. Does anyone know why they're not?
Because of the square.
Because of the power here. Arithmetic ones look like slope formula, 2n minus 1, 3n minus 4, negative n minus plus 7. We're done.
Want me to press?
Yeah.